Hey Margaret, this is Daniel from Josh and Danny SEO. So we're going to take a quick look at your website, see what's going on, and see what we can do. So right off the bat, I like your logo in the top left corner. If there's a picture behind it, great. I would try and see if add that in. If you want to create a cool logo, sign up for Canva, free, and just make yourself you can make yourself a logo like that. But right off the bat, I'm noticing home about services. There's no drop down menus for that, and I don't see your phone number on here. You would definitely want your number on here so people can just click it and call it instead of it redirecting you to another page or to the bottom of the page. So one thing I did notice is it just drags you to the next step, which is not something that is really smiled upon in any SEO or any business at all as far as like website building, because it just looks like one long page instead of it being split up into different pages so you can get more content and therefore Google can rank you higher for those things. So just right off the bat, that's one thing. Second thing is we're not talking about what you're offering. So because you're not talking about what you're offering, people are looking and they're doing, okay, interior painting, cool. Now, theoretically, if there were back pages here, interior painting would be a link to another of those pages that specifically talks about the one thing they're looking for, and then obviously have a number on there for them to call or just click on it right away. And you do talk about what it is you're offering, which is great. But then, our process, testimonials, and context, see how it just moves through. This is great. You would want to probably make it like, I don't know, a 3 by 5 and just put it on the top of the page over there. The phone number here, you want to click to call. People don't like pulling their phone out and putting in the number. So if there's an easier way for you to do that, that would probably be the best way. Now, as far as everything else goes, like I said, it's solid, but continuity for it isn't the greatest. But let's take a look at the back end over here. I'm using a tool called Ahrefs. It basically lets me know everything going on with your website on the back end part. There is nothing here, which means that, it could mean that, nothing has happened with your website in a while. I mean, October 7th, there was something here and then it went down and then went back up. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, there's not much going on. And so I don't really want to dive into this because there's no comparison for it, but let's take a look at something what we call, so this is a keyword, right? Painters, Pittsburgh Painters, PA. It's a keyword because it's what somebody might type into Google to find a service, right? Now, this is what we call a buyer intent keyword because it's somebody looking for a specific service in a specific location. So we know they're ready to do something. And then right over here, if there's no ads up top, you got your GMB or Google My Business profile. Now it's very important to be in here because I would say, 30 to 40% of all people who search for anything will click on one of these three people. So very important to get there. Pittsburgh Painting Company, by the way, is going to be your biggest competitor. But then we have our organic search. Now, anyone, as long as you're doing the right things, can list here. You just got to know what you're doing. You got Yelp, Home Advisor, Angie as 1, 2, and 3, and then Hughes as number 4, and then you finally have your first competitor. Now, people don't care for directories as much, so if they can find an actual company that's local, they will call them. They will go to them. So as long as they see, and it's very important to show your number so that people can see you're local, right? Because if it's a 1-800 number, people like know they're getting a call center and they know they're not talking to the owner or like somebody who knows what they're doing and is going to directly be working with them. But they have a drop down menu. I'm going to take off points because this is huge. This should be in the left corner over here and, actually right over here with them. And the number should be over here as a click to call. It's not click to call. People don't want to pull their phone out, like I said, and punch in the numbers. They would rather just click on it. And then, nice pictures in the back, learn more, get started, interior and exterior painting. See how they're links to other pages? Excellent. And then professional painting job, I promise to you. So they're just, letting them know. But then all of this is stuff they do, but they're not talking about it. That's terrible. You want to talk about what it is you're offering. And then finally, our work, what customers say, which is important, but not really, not for a homepage. And then finally, the end of the page. So solid website, a lot to improve upon, but definitely something you can beat without any real huge issues. And then finally, let's talk about what all this is. So a UR rating is basically how much Google likes the actual website link. A DR rating is how much Google actually trusts you as well. So they have a strength rating of 28. You want it in the 30s and 40s for both of them with a ratio of 1 to 1. Now, this all becomes something because of backlinks, right? So a backlink is where you have your website link somewhere else that somebody can click on, and a referring domain is when it returns to you. Now, obviously, with a 1.7 DR, it's probably not very high simply because, some are more spammy than others, like, what do you call them? BuzzFeed or Wikipedia pages. Google doesn't care for those. You want strong ones that actually make sense for you to connect to. And then finally, you have your organic keywords. Now, those are the words that people are typing into Google. And if you're ranking for those and somebody types in, an identical keyword, you're more than likely to pop up for it. So take Painters Pittsburgh, right? 9.2 thousand people a month search for that every month for just Painters Pittsburgh. Now, what they do is 552 are coming to this guy's website because he's in position 7. Now, when he was in position 3, he was getting well over 1,000. He was getting 1,078, over 10%. So obviously, the higher in the ranking you are and the higher position you are, the more you're going to get. But these are what we call buyer intent keywords. Pittsburgh Painting Co. is their name. Same thing with this. Same thing with this. House Painting Pittsburgh, 250 month search for. He's getting 28. Like I said, 20%, 10%, and he's in position number 4. So he's getting a lot of traffic. Like what is it? 1.4 thousand people coming to his website every single month off just 90 freaking keywords. So anyway, Margaret, how does this help you out? Honestly, all we got to do is get backlinks. Take the good ones from the other gentleman over there, find, and just add them to your website. Step number 1, right? You got your keywords now. You're going to start ranking, not your keywords. You got your backlinks. You now have the ability to rank, but we got to rank for something, right? So we're going to rank for your keywords. We got to get keywords on your website. Talk about them. Step number 2 is content. We got to get content on your website talking about, relevant, not just, randomly, put a story on there. We got to talk about what it is you're offering. So that's why, paragraph or 2 per service. And finally, fourth thing, and this is just for you, we got to break up your website instead of it being one page, maybe 4 or 5 pages. So it looks like a professional website instead of it just being a scroll down. Now, that's all I got. I really hope this was helpful. And by the way, when you have a multiple pages, you don't have to rank for the home page in order for you to get to the top, right? You can have 5 different pages and you can be ranking for those pages as well. So a website of 5 pages can theoretically be at the top ranking for all 5 separately. Anyway, that's all I got. I really hope this was helpful. Margaret, if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you have any feedback, of course, I would love to know. Other than that, you have an amazing day. Bye.